Knowing how to debug code is a crucial and more important than ever skill set to have as a software developer. So today I'm going to show you how to debug a Python API. We'll take a look at how to configure it, the different areas of the debug view, how to set breakpoints, how to look at variables, how to set your custom expressions, and a bunch of other things. So let's dive right in by first taking a look at the issue that we want to figure out. So let me show you the bug I've identified in our game tracker API. I'm going to click on list games, and this should return us a list of games that we have in our database. We have just the one at the moment. And with these values copied, I'm going to head over to update game, and the game ID is 1 here. And I'm going to replace the body here with this one, and I want to change from finished to in progress. This game is pretty long, so I want to update it here. I'm going to hit execute. So I'll scroll down and we see that we are changing the status here. And then we're also changing the status here. So it looks like it's correct. However, if I scroll back up and I do list games once more and I hit execute, we see that status is still set to finished. And we can also go to get game, and I'm going to provide the ID 1, hit execute, and we see here that it's still set to finish. So something is going on here. For Python debugging, we need the Microsoft Python extension. Installing that extension also installs the Python Debugger extension, which uses debug py. Additionally, I do have rough and tie installed for linting and static type checking. Those tools can help you identify problems before the program runs, but they don't replace the debugger. The debugger is what's going to help us understand what the application is actually doing at runtime. For a simple Python file, vscode can start the debugger without a saved configuration. But for this API, I have created a configuration inside of our .vscode directory in the launch.json. Let's briefly take a look at what each aspect of this configuration does. So type tells vscode to use the Python debugger, and request is set to launch, which means vscode will start our application under the debugger. An attached configuration would instead connect to a process that is already running. The module runs uvcorn in the same way as if you were just running this with Python command or uv command. And then args contains the arguments passed to uvcorn, including the location of our fast API application. Then in console, this is going to send the application's output to VS Code's integrated terminal. And finally, just my code keeps normal stepping focused on our application instead of taking us through fast API, uvcorn, and or other installed libraries. Okay, so in order to start our debugging, I need to place a breakpoint. And because I know that the issue is happening when we update a game, I don't know exactly where, I'm simply going to place a breakpoint on the code that actually is calling the update functionality, right? So then I'm going to run our debugger here. And in order for us to actually populate information here in our run and debug view, we have to actually run through the code, right? So I'm going to go ahead and open our game tracker once more and go ahead and hit execute. And we see this is spinning. And we go back here and we now see that the line that we have a breakpoint set on is highlighted, right? Now let's take a look at our sections here. So we have variables, and this just shows us the current variables and their values, right? So we have game ID, we have a payload, we have updates. And if we take a look at payload, we can see what's coming into the API. And we see here, we have, we can take a better look here. Game update, which is the title, the platform, and the status in progress. So it's correctly coming in here, the value that we want, right? And then in updates, we also have the correct in progress status that we want, right? So that's kind of giving me a little bit of an idea. Okay, it doesn't seem like there's an issue here because we are sending the correct information to this repository.update code here. Now we can also watch a variable or an expression, like I can go ahead and add game in here if I wanted to, or if I wanted to add game ID, right? And we do get name error here because there's no value yet for this game variable here. But as we continue, we should start to see that populate. Breakpoints are those breakpoints that we set, right? And from here, we can disable them. We can add new ones. We can right click, edit the condition if we'd like. So what I'm going to do now is use our debug controls over here. So we have continue, and this is going to resume the program until it finishes or reaches another breakpoint, which is not what we want to do right now because we kind of want to pinpoint where the error is, right? We can also step over, which is going to execute the current line and then pauses on the next line in the same function. So that would essentially execute this one and then pause over here, right? We have step into, which is going to enter a function that is called by the current line. We have step out, which just finishes the current function and returns to its caller. And then we can also restart the debugging session and then stop the debugging session here as well. Now, because this is calling code that belongs to our repository code, I want to step into this, right? So we're going to step into that and we see it's opening a new file for us. And we're on the first line of that function that is being called by the line where our breakpoint was set, right? Now let's take a look. The call stack shows us all the frames of our call stack. And you can think of a frame as a snapshot of your current code, right? And our code started by, main.py. We have this line here. So we have this frame, right? This is where our breakpoint was. Next, what was the next step that our code took? Well, now we are in the def update inside of the repository.py, and we're on the first line here. And now we need to use the correct debug control in order to continue to pinpoint where the issue is. Now, we can take a look here. We have games. We can also add in games if we wanted to in the watch. I'm going to set this to. All right, so let's see if this game variable gets populated correctly. So I'm going to go ahead and click step over instead of stepping into. If we hit step into it, go ahead and send us into the read games functionality here, but I'm just going to hit step over. And now we see that the games variable in watch was populated, and it was populated with the correct status finished because the update hasn't happened yet, right? And now in order to get the game value, I'm going to do the same. So we'll take a look at this watch game variable in here, and I'm going to click step over. And now we have the current game here, which is that individual game, which is correct because the update has not happened. And I'm going to go ahead and hit step over. And we are now at the functionality that is updating the game. So that's our game. And we have here both game and updates, which we want to pass into the game itself, right? So we have game here correctly, status is finished. Perfect. All right. So then if we go ahead and click step over, let's take a look. We see some changes have happened. We'll go into game, and it says here that the status is now set to in progress. Okay, that's interesting. Looks like something is going on here, but what exactly is causing the error? Okay, great. So now we're taking a look at the games itself here. We're going to move on over here. Status is finished. Okay, interesting. I'm going to go ahead and do step over once more. Fantastic. And then if I take a look at game here, we can see status is in progress. If I take a look at the games, right, we're going to go over here and we see status is finished. All right, so we went back here. Something is not being updated. Okay, so we know that the functionality, some kind of issue is going on in here. So I'm going to go ahead and select this line, and I'm going to ask AI, are we correctly updating our game dictionary here? Now, spoilers, what's going on, just to explain, is we have our game dictionary. And what we're saying is we're using curly brackets here, which is the key. So we're actually going to create a new dictionary, and we'll add in all of the values that we have in the game dictionary. And then if there are any keys that match, those will be sort of replaced or updated with the ones from updates, right? So the 2 asterisks in Python is for dictionary unpacking. So pretty much we'll say game is going to equal to the values in game, which are replaced with the values from update, right? Because we have someone who could be making updates, but only updating one value in our case, right? And we want to keep the values for all the other keys while replacing the values of the keys that we are providing in updates, right? So this is exactly what this response should tell us here. So yes, creates a new dictionary, only rebinds the local variable game. It does not replace the item inside games. So repository writes the original unchanged list, right? So this would work if we were updating the correct dictionary. So instead, all we need to do is remove this here, right? And that line is actually correct. So we're going to use update. And then when this goes ahead and runs, it will make a change in games with this, the values inside of game here. Okay, so with the fix in place, I'm going to go ahead and just hit restart. And I will go ahead and run this update. We'll go ahead and hit execute. We'll go back and do the same thing again. And we are back on our main.py. I can go ahead and hit step into, right? We can step over this function, step over this here, and then we'll get back to our game.update updates, right? We'll take a look at game. We have status finished, right? And then we have games, and the status is finished for our game there as well. We will go ahead and step over, and we see a couple of changes here. Game now has status in progress, and inside of games, we have status in progress as well. We'll step over once more, and actually let's step over once more to return back here. And if we take a look at our, we'll step over once more here. Great. And if we take a look at our game here, our status is now in progress. I'm going to go ahead and hit continue and go back to our Swagger. We'll go over here to list games, and now we have in progress. And that is it for this video. I hope this primer on debugging Python code with VS Code, GitHub Copilot, and the Python extension has been helpful. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Let us know that you want to see more of this. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments, and I will see you in the next video.